think so many of us are making assumptions of individuals before we ever meet them based upon things we learn about them. So for example, they're from New York. They must be very intense, probably a type A personality. They're from California. They must be really laid back, probably don't have a real strong work ethic. Wisconsin, those are individuals with really strong work ethics. A single mom, the ethnicity. My gosh, today, even are you registered as a Democrat or a Republican or something else, conservative, liberal? We are always making assumptions about other people, and it's not a real fair thing to do. I think we all recognize that as well. But you know what one of the biggest assumptions are that are being made out there? It's on age. Age discrimination does exist, and that's what I want to talk about in today's video. So back in 2017, the Chronicle published one of the largest studies of its kind on age discrimination. Some 13,000 resumes were sent out to 20,000 job openings across the U.S. They were fake resumes going to real job openings, and the resumes were all pretty much the same, except they all had one thing that was a little bit different. One group of resumes showed one high school graduation date that when you looked at it, you could tell that the individual was between 39 and 41. The second group of resumes, graduation date for the high school, it showed them as being somewhere between 49 and 51. And the third group of resumes showed a high school graduation date of, well, when you did the calculation, you knew the person was over 62 years old. And guess what group of resumes had the most callbacks? Now, I would never have one of my clients put a high school graduation date of any kind on a resume, but we could learn a lot from this. And one of them is age discrimination does exist. It's a perception out there, an assumption that a person makes without ever meeting you. And you don't want to have that assumption made. So there's a few things that you can do, 5 things that you can actually do that will age-proof your resume. And the first starts with your email address. Do you have an AOL email address or something just as old out there? You got to get something a little bit more current. Get a Gmail account, a Gmail email address. It's going to definitely hide your age. But if you have an AOL email address, well, guess what? Every person I've ever known right now that has an AOL email address, they're over the age of 50 years old, or most likely they are, and I think a recruiter or hiring manager will make that same assumption. Number 2, a job objective on a resume. 25 years ago, the job objective was the standard on a resume, but today it's more of a professional summary or a professional profile. It is what is selling you to that individual, and it's going to be 3 to 4 sentences, not a job objective that says software engineer or project manager or bank teller or financial analyst. No, you want a professional summary of 3 to 4 sentences that really sell yourself. Who you are in the present sense, the industries, environments that you've worked in, and what are the skills, what are the strengths that you're bringing to the position. Not a job objective. Number 3, the dates on the resume. You really only need to go back 10 years on a resume, definitely no more than 15. If you have work that is relevant, that was over 15 years ago, 20 years ago, 25 years ago, then you want to list it under a new heading called additional work history, and you don't want to put any dates under that. And now it's also comes to your college education as well. Unless you graduated within the last 3 years, don't put a date on your college education. The content of the resume, another thing that can date you. You got to be very careful about the content that you're using. Are you using words out there that have not been around for a long time? Something that can really show how old you are because you were dealing with this back in the early 80s. So content, like, I don't know, COBOL, other types of operating systems. So you got to be very careful about this. And the last thing, and I see this still today with clients that I've worked with, at the very end of the resume, they'll put references available on request. It's like that's how people end resumes, back 30 years ago, but some people are still doing it. So all of these things can really date you, and you don't want that assumption being made that you're an older worker. And then when you walk into the interview and you're walking in with your head high, your shoulders back, confident, feeling good, feeling energized, you have just put any kind of concern about age to rest. So I hope you found this video informative and useful, and if you haven't already done so, and why not, make sure that you subscribe to this channel, hit the bell notification, as I do upload new career tips and strategies every Tuesday, and I don't want you to miss any of it. See you next week.